Alright. Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Hello! So we're back at it. Doing level 96 MSQ today. So I just got, right before the stream, my 6 fates done and the riding map, so I can move a little bit faster through the zone. And I explored just a little bit and it got the aetherite. But other than that, no further progression. So I guess we'll start off with a recap. And essentially, we've gotten to this new zone, Xak Tural, which is located north of Tuliolol. So Tuliolol is here. Here it is. And we crossed the bridge, which was like this massive bridge built by the Yyasulani. And it goes to the northern lands of Xak Tural. And there's more zones up here, but all we have so far is Yyasulani uncovered. And we discovered that it's sort of a lawless town. They settle things by duels, which can be, in the old days, deadly, but in the nowadays they duel with rubber bullets, and then the other person gets jailed or whatever. But it's still considered like an ultimate resolution to things if you have a big dispute over something. And now we're helping Erenville reconnect with his mother somewhere in these lands, not sure where, but unfortunately we can't get to the location because the train service has been interrupted. And essentially 2 things happened. There was an earthquake, or that's what they think it was, but some suspect it might have been an explosion. Because the earthquake was not felt in Tuliolol in Xak Tural. It was only felt in Xak Tural, and only in Yyasulani, as we know, which is kind of weird. So some people are suspecting foul play, maybe an explosion of some sort, or it could have been like a cerulean deposit underground exploded. This place is full of cerulean, as you could tell. They mine it here, or they oil rig it, essentially. I don't know how they obtain it, but that's what they do here for their income and everything else. And it's a western themed area, very very Texas-like, old west. And some of it's kind of spaghetti westerny. There's a bit of comedy at play here, and I am going to be playing on Pictomancer today, and I believe we last left off, we were going to help the people here with the collapsed cave tunnel, which the railway goes through. There's no point in doing nothing, so might as well help them out, I guess. And that's where we last left off. So, without further ado, let's get back into it. And the further recap is in the description if you want to read that. Or watch the previous video, hey! Alright, one with nature. Come, let's follow Walika. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot, but you can still see it from the outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head end myself. Yeah, the head end. I've never heard that word before. It is a word. Though if you peek through the windows, you can probably catch a glimpse of... Enough jabbering, Senza. Thanks to these two, we finally have some real work to do, so let's get to it. We'll see you later. Suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station. It's on the way after all. Alright. So just gonna double check to make sure things are connected. Let's give myself a new hat. Hey, there we go, the sprout hat. Perfect. We're a sprout in these lands. So much faster with that mount speed. Oh, there's the head end, as he was saying, of the train. I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods throughout the wilds now. Right. Mewahetsun should be to the northeast of here. Let's continue on. I believe a lot of the names are of American indigenous descent, but I'm not sure which. A lot of them are similar to some of the names we have here in Canada, but they're like pronounced way differently, so it's a challenge to read sometimes. Such beauty. I know more than a few gleaners who would love to explore this land. Ah, there you are. The village is just up ahead. Truth be told, I've never had direct dealings with the people of Mewahetsun, but I do know that their traditions mean a great deal to them, as does the land. Ah, such lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum of Shoshenewizi Springs. Waters nearby are just as pristine. It's a paradise for people and animals both. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I'm Huato, chief of Mewahetsun, and this is my son, Shepeto. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for the warm welcome, and apologize for our sudden intrusion. I'm Walika, station master of Xak Tural railing. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks, and we require timber to make repairs. This is Rohi and Erenville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration efforts. Hello. You've a most curious air about you, of oil and steel, tan leather, and the faintest hint of fresh fruits, but not of any sort which I am familiar. I gather you are not from these lands. Ooh. I hail from Eorzea. I'm a traveler of the star. Spoiler alert for some Rohi lore. Yeah, Traveler of the Star is more accurate. Is not from Eorzea. Truly, I would love to know more of you and the lands you have seen. Certainly. I am told your people hold your traditions in the highest, yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well. But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hetso in particular have done much together to guide our way of life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads, the Hetso teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason, I believe, that we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see, that word, Hetso. It means leader of souls in the Hetsaro tongue, does it not? Mm-hmm. It does. There are many creatures revered as Hetzel and the Hetzaro. Here, we look to the Ronique for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of aetherites, while we are committed to our traditions, this does not mean we reject all outside influences. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. Oh man, the mood shift with the weather? We will furnish you with the timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not often receive guests come such a long way, and my son is always so delighted to hear their tales. Now, if you'll follow me. Right. So we're in the small little hamlet. Just 4 buildings? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Geppetto. Say, do you like to hunt? And what weapons do you like to use? Oh, all the weapons. This tent is made with the hide and bones of Ronique. I wonder what else they are used for here. If they follow the Ronique with the seasons, it makes sense that they would live in tents that can be broken down and transported easily. Does this make sense? I will speak frankly. We fear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the land. The Ronique have made the potential for danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament has become erratic of late. Stableman near Satawi mentioned that. Do you know what has caused this? We have our suspicions. Since others were drawn to this land by ceruleum, Yyasulani has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are part of that. As strong and resilient as they may seem, Ronique are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plains may well cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject outside influences or innovations, but in this, we can't help but worry. Understandably, I thank you for being forthright. This matter concerns not only the Hetzaro, but all of Yyasulani. Perhaps we should bring it to the attention of Koana. Koana, you say? We know him only through rumors, but he is apparently, how shall I put this? Hard-headed and aloof. He values technological advancement and efficiency to the detriment of all else. But mind your tongue, Geppetto. I mean, right. While there is a grain of truth to the rumors, he is not nearly as bad as they make him out to be. Yeah, he's had a change of heart recently. His journeys have changed him for the better. That is definitely true, but would that help in this situation? He's a bit awkward, so he tends to get misunderstood. I don't think that really helps. He is a passionate man who cares for his people, like his sister. I mean, he has had that change of heart, so yeah, we'll go with that. Is that so? That is certainly a side of him we weren't aware of. Though he fought beside Val Koana in the right of succession, I take his word over rumors. You took part in the right of succession? You're that close to the Dawnservants. I was grateful for any help, but had no idea I'd recruited a bona fide hero. Well, what can I say? Succession of Dawnservants filled us with the uncertainty for the future, but there is clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, the winds of change are not meant to be feared. No, we must open our hearts and minds that we might see Val Koana for who he truly is. Do you think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I'm hopeful that he will do the same. And Wuk Lamat too. Thank you for hearing and allaying our concerns. I'm glad we could speak. As for your timber, we have freshly cut logs near the lake. Please take all that you require. I mean, they might take it all. We're terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the Ronique foremost in our minds as we continue working on the railroad, and if needs be, we'll seek Val Koana's counsel. My thanks again for your time and the timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. They're very kind and wise people. You'll come back, won't you? There's so much I'd like to know about the lands beyond Tural. Must talk again soon. Next time, perhaps on a hunt together. Ooh, that would be nice. We have to carry all this back to the station? I mean, I don't know how we're gonna do that. We have more than enough timber to fix the ties. Now we need to transport it to the station, which will be a bit more involved than I thought. I didn't expect we'd be given so much. Mind waiting here a spell while I round up a few more hands and a Ronique? I won't be long. I'm glad that went well, and thankfully it seems we won't need to make several trips for the timber. Alright. High level 669 weapon? Asia. So that's... I was looking at some... It's this one. What if it's high quality? That might be better. Ooh, it is high quality. Nice. Okay, I'll equip that, meld it, all that. While we wait, we could get started moving the timber somewhere more accessible. It shouldn't take long if we split the work. Okay. Gotta go that way. Well, we'll avoid going near any monsters. Probably pick up the quests here for the aether occurrence, but I can do that off stream. I don't know how much of the aether currents are tied to MSQ in this zone. 1, 2, the same amount, it looks like. Look how strong I am. Oh, that's hilarious. I should think this will be enough. That was mighty kind of you to move all that lumber. Sorry we didn't make it back sooner. We'll see to the rest. Once we've repaired the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? As much as I'd love to make it so, there aren't any spots available. What? You'll have to wait for another one after, I'm afraid, but you'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness. That's fine. Namika and no few others were here long before we arrived. It's only right they go before us. I hope you'll stop by and see the train off. It's a breathtaking sight, let me tell you. And Nito Wike will be driving. No engineer compares to her, and it's always a treat to watch her work. Got a crush on her. The only work we should be worried about is our own, Shenza, and we've still more to do. Stop fancying the lass and get to work. I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass the time. If there's anything else in Yyasulani you're keen to see, I'll leave you to it. Right? We're going halfway. Got a new weapon. Gotta update the portrait. Wish there was like an auto update thing. What can we meld it with? You know what? I think spell speed will be good in this case. Had your fill of the sights? Well, they appear to have almost finished. Oh, several cutscenes. Alright, let's go. Wait for the train to depart from the station.
Glorious grand machine indeed. I hope Namika was able to secure a seat.
Here she comes!
This guy is head over heels. Oh.
Thanks to you, we managed to resume service much faster than anticipated. You have our gratitude.
There's nothing so enchanting as a cerulean-powered engine in motion.
Ain't that the truth? Don't think I'll ever tire of watching them chugging along. They make wagons look like toys.
And so long as we can lay the tracks, she can go on and on and on. Before you know it, she'll be crossing the entire continent.
Railroads are a somewhat recent addition to Tural. As it stands, we can only ferry folks as far as Yyasulani. And from an operational standpoint, we still have much to learn. There's always some problem or another to deal with. But we'll keep working at it. We'll hone our craft and continue expanding till one day, our trains are running coast to coast. That's the ultimate dream.
All right. Wait till you see what airplanes can do. Airships, I guess.
Goodness, I completely lost track of time. By now, I expect the train will be nearing Yyasulani. When it returns, we'll see you on your way. So if you've got any preparations to make, you better make them quick.
Oh.
Not another one!
You can't be serious.
Oh.
Gods have mercy.
Hello?
What in the flying? What's happening?
Oh, the train! Nitobekwe and the others!
My home lies that way as well.
No.
We're going to investigate. Right now!
Uh-oh. Well, yo, what the heck? Aliens. Oh, they're going to Tural?
What in the world? Are they
Tuliyollal?
heading for Tuliyollal?
Oh, is that what's his face? Yeah, we need to get back right away. The first promise. He was up to something. He was up to something real sinister and nasty.
Heavens forfend.
You're here. Good, good. They came from the sky and attacked without any warning. The people need our help.
Where's the Landsguard?
Can you stand?
Try to remain calm, everyone!
Yeah! What the? Ah!
I don't know what they are, but they're not men.
Someone help me! Please! Oh! Oh!
Bastard!
Huh?
What did it just do?
Your sword is mine. Oh, Mamool Ja Ja's here.
Thank you.
Mamool Ja Ja.
Save the things. Just get to safety. I'll hold the line here. Fall back to the palace.
Quickly, before it's overrun.
Thank you, Mamool Ja Ja.
This is simply how I do things now. So, who wants to taste my blade next?
Oh, I wanted to see him, like, destroy them. Who is that? I think I've seen her before, like in the city. Uh-oh. Huh?
That you should still live.
Wow, it's this guy. And he's upgraded himself? The heck is going on?
Zareel Ja?
By the gods, what has happened to you?
Oh, Ketenramm is still alive.
This is your butchery, isn't it? After everything you've done in service to the throne, how could you betray us?
My demand is simple. The dissolution of Gulool and surrender of all its territories.
Yeah, sure, simple. Okay. I don't think so, buddy.
Refuse, and I will kill every last one of you.
This guy's got some real problems.
Have you gone mad?
No. My ambition remains unchanged. To teach the masses the folly of war, that they cry out for peace, and thus unite the world.
I don't think he gets it. That's not how you do things.
What has changed you so much, and in so short a time? To harm the very people you swore to serve. This is an unforgivable deed committed by my son. My son!
Those are some powerful weapons.
You have heard my ultimatum.
And you will have my answer. By my hands, I will end your madness.
Papa, wait! I should be the one to do this.
No. His sins are mine to bear.
Fear not. Zareel Ja is strong. He has never been father's equal in combat.
Yeah, but he didn't have all that going on for
I
him.
believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Yeah, he's gone full rogue. I like his design though.
Farewell, Zareel Ja, my son. And forgive me.
I wouldn't let your guard down, bro.
What?
He just self-raised himself.
Despite his old age, the mighty Gulool Ja Ja remains a fearsome foe indeed. You retain the vitality of two souls, despite the passing of one. I shall even the odds.
KO Ken times 10?
Papa?
Even the blessed are mortal.
Father!
Zareel Ja!
You are no match for me.
Murderer. On my honor, as vow of resolve, I'll make you pay!
So the once faint-hearted girl would live up to her title. Very well. If only to demonstrate the disparity between us, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Rally the entirety of your strength. Lay siege to my kingdom. Strike me down, like I did father. Then, will you be his worthy successor?
Zareel Ja, wait!
My warships will remain in your skies. When you fail to prove your worth, I shall order them to lay waste to Tuuli-Yolal. Choose your next steps wisely.
Oh, there's a lot to unpack there. Holy shit. All right. I wasn't really expecting all that to unfold so quickly, but damn. Oh, he's still alive. He's breathing and blinking. We did everything we could, everything, but it simply wasn't enough. What? But he's breathing. I can scarcely believe my eyes. How could this happen? Father, no, this cannot be. 12, have mercy. No, Papa can't die. He can't. How could this happen?
am beyond saving.
Father, please. You can't give up.
Are you there, oh friend?
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Look after my children.
What? I'm an old fossil like you. I've only got so many years left. But if that's what you want, it would be an honor.
You and I must go on another journey together someday.
Aye, you can count on it.
Wuk Lamat. Koana.
Yes, Papa.
The graves of the Yokwi. You saw them, yes? I always found their teachings comforting.
Please, Father, you must save your strength.
Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered, we are never truly gone. Through you, my hopes survive. Through you, I live on. So do not mourn me. Walk tall and see our nation to a brighter future.
Well, that sucks. Man, what are the good ones? I mean, there's more pressing matters at hand, so we gotta push through. Hopefully, there's time for mourning. What can we do now? Gulool Ja Ja was so proud to be succeeded by his children. To think that he will never get to see them carry on his legacy. At a time like this, we must take the initiative. There will be countless people in need of help. I don't understand. Only I'd been more careful. Yeah, where were you, Ketenramm? How come you didn't warn us of this? You were... Well, I'm not blaming you, but... We must see to the people, assess casualties as well as any damage done to the city. Yes. Right, so, Wuk Lamat, Koana, I bring word from the city. The enemy has withdrawn, and the Landsguard have begun rendering aid to the people. Casualties within our ranks have hindered progress, but we continue to do all that we can. Thank you for the report. Please inform the guard they are to prioritize such efforts until further notice. People, I need to help them. We will assist you in whatever way we can, of course. Thank you, thank you. There are sure to be wounded everywhere, more than I could count. We'll split up and help all of them. You can count on us. Alphino and Alizé, could you take Bayside Bevy and Krile and Erenville to Palace Perimeter? As for Rohi, please come to the Resplendent Quarter with me. We'll all meet back here afterwards. Okay. I guess no time for a cry break? Well, shit. Oh, that's the wrong way. Is it? Still in pain, there's no need to push yourself. Be alright now. Alright, I think Resplendent Quarter is this way. Thanks, I'll be fine now. But we failed to protect the people. Why did so many have to die? Where were Wuk Lamat and Koana? Ugh, they're not to blame, I understand. I do, but I need to clear my head. Hey, Minister Macro. Spamming him. Him. Gotta be more people here. Gotta talk to. Oh, there's one. Thank you, sir. But my husband and son, they were. Thanks. I think I'm alright. Did you see them? Those soldiers? They look like people, but they killed and killed with no hesitation. If they attack us again, how could we hope to defend ourselves? I don't know if we'll be able to. They're using some kind of advanced technology that decimated us. Thank you. I thought I was done for. I heard something disturbing. The enemy leader, they say he looked like Zareel Ja. That can't be true, can it? Why would the first promise attack his own people? But if it was him, what happens now? Is he going to come back? What do we do if he does? Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Thank you. The pain is better now, but I can't stop shaking. Where did they come from? Why did they attack us? And why are those things still in the sky? We had peace under Gulool Ja Ja. We were safe, but now? I think I'm going the right way. No, it's up. No, it's inside. Here you are. You finished aiding the people here? Thank you. There were children among the wounded. Children? No, now isn't the time. There are still others who need help. You go and see how things are at Talonmarch, and afterwards go and find Alize at Bayside Bevy. There's no evidence of significant damage from the battle. The fighting did not spread this far, it seems. Alright. fresh scorch marks on the ground are doubtless from the enemy assaults. Shop appears to have weathered the chaos, though its wares have been strewn across the floor. Are we going down to the docks? The port remains unscathed, but the enemy ships continue to loom overhead. Yeah. Okay, where is Alize? There, okay. Helped all those I could find and seen them delivered into the Landsguard's care. As many casualties as there are, it would have been worse if the Landsguard hadn't fought as bravely as they did. And if Zareel Ja actually meant to harm the people, I mean, look around, the buildings are hardly damaged. I suspect his aim was more to incite fear, to show that he could strike whenever he pleases. But we can discuss that later. How was Lamati? Well, she's doing her thing. Even after what happened to her father, she's trying so hard to fulfill her duty to the people. Still, everyone has their limits. She needs rest, and soon. Someone mentioned seeing her head towards the shore. Perhaps she's gone to the Gornatruk Gleam Sands.
Steady now. I've brought you medicine. Drink.
There you are, Lamati. I was beginning to...
Come on. Come on. Take it. Please.
Lamati. Lamati!
How could I?
Look at me, Lamati. You need rest. You and him both. I will tend to this soul.
But my people... I have to help them.
The Landsguard have matters well in hand. Trust in them. If there's another attack, your people will need you to protect them. They'll need you to be sharp. So please rest. Consider it your duty.
I stood before them all. Said that we'd build a nation where everyone knows happiness. So much for that promise. What good is a vow of resolve who cannot save her people?
We'll handle this together.
You'll stick with me.
Of course.
Thank you. My head's a little clearer now. I need to concentrate on what I can do rather than what I can't.
Mm-hmm.
We've dealt with unfriendly factions before. From Yokhui still longing for conquest, to adherents of blessed siblings, people who are unwilling to listen. Even so, I believed that by learning about one another and engaging in good faith, we could peacefully settle our differences. And we did. My brother is different. There will be no reasoning with him. He killed our people, our father. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. What's more, he has power. The power to destroy the peace we've worked so hard to preserve. If I'm to protect that peace, then I must fight. I must confront Zareel Ja and kill him.
But will it stop there? I mean, obviously he got the power from the City of Gold, because that matches the aesthetic, I suppose. The design, but I don't know if we can go there and settle things or what. Fine, just needed a moment to settle my nerves. Thank you for being there for me and for urging me on despite all my sulking. Sitting around complaining isn't very leader-like, is it? So much has happened so quickly, I struggle to make sense of it all. The strange soldiers, those floating ships, the new powers Zareel Ja commands. Given everything he's done and still intends to do, I know I can't afford to run headlong into battle, not this time. I cannot let this terrible pain in my heart lead me astray, but I will make it my strength, the strength to do what I must. Right. I'm heading back to the palace. I need to talk strategy with Koana. Could you and the others join us in a while? However we decide to proceed, I want you all to be aware of it. Oh, and could you tell Elize I'll be alright? She's probably at Bayside Bevy. Alright. Oh, there's one of the soldiers with their weapon. Okay, for some reason I thought it was cut in half, but it's not. I mean, they're humanoid in shape, but who knows if they're just complete robots or not. Oh, you're back. By that, I take it to mean Lamat is feeling better? She needs to be strong for the people of Tural. I understand that, but she doesn't have to do it alone. So if she intends to fight, then we fight together. That said, I wish I knew exactly what we were up against. It's clearly not a person, but it doesn't look like any automaton or magitek weapon I've ever seen. As far and wide as you've traveled, though, perhaps you've encountered something similar before? Would you mind taking a closer look? It may yield some clues as to Zareel Ja's new powers. Alright, let's take a look. Examine the soldier. Oh, we've got some strange weapon here. The general shape of this weapon resembles a gun, but its construction suggests it's far more advanced than anything you've seen before. From a distance it appeared to be simple armor, but upon closer inspection its construction is quite intricate. The material from which it is made is unclear, and you see no signs of a power source. Place of where eyes or a mouth might be, you see a strange sigil on the front of his helm. So what do you think? It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Indeed, while it resembles a person, it has features that make it uncanny. The lack of a face not the least of all. Did you see any sign of a power source? No, I did not. So it probably doesn't run on ceruleum or any other conventional fuels. I tried channeling aether into it earlier, but there was no response. That would seem to rule it out as an arcane entity. It's completely lifeless now. Far cry from the unstoppable enemy it was in battle. Even the material it's made of is a mystery. Rather than a metal, it's more akin to stone. Wait, haven't we seen this somewhere recently? Yeah, the Skydeep Cenote, which is where the City of Gold is. That's right, the glowing stone used in the chamber with the gate to the Golden City. And while the soldiers are a different color, the warships are the same black as the stone of the gate itself. In the same hue of purple. There has to be a connection. Let's share our observations with the others, then we gather at Sunperch. I wonder where Thancred and Urianger are right now. The sooner we get to the bottom of this mystery, the better. I'm sure Urianger would have some ideas for sure. Knowing his learned background. Looks like everyone is here already.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zareel Ja manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yyasulani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
Greetings, everyone.
Oh, hey! It's our boy! Oh! And it's our favorite cat girl.
Raha! Y'shtola!
After that long voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest. But I gather circumstances are quite dire.
Indeed.
All is well in the Annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
Following the changing of Dawnservants, Gulool Ja Ja spoke about the Golden City to his two successors. Thanks to Wuk Lamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested. But, based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian Annex that brought me to Tural. A letter from the Dawnservant, addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold.
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Tural nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Gulool Ja Ja. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the sky deep cenote. And, Like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
it led to another reflection.
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Gulool Ja Ja. And what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
Echo time.
This black stone is remarkable. I cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
I think you may be right. That is not how I pictured Galuf, but that's what he looks like. That is good to know.
It was over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
Probably for good reason.
It harbors high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allegan, or Mahi, or Nemean. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then...
Seven hells! What did you do?
Nothing.
An earthquake?
Well, there's the gate.
None of this has ever happened before.
A void gate? Nay, this is different.
Have you seen a memory? wonder if that's Krile.
Baby? Now, hold on. Why would you...
Now, what's this?
What is this? Who are you?
I wonder if their world's being...
Though it never opened again, Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value. All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void. We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important, so Gulool Ja Ja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Sharlayan and raised her as his own.
Then the child was...
The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
The forces that assailed Tuliolo. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers looked like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Zareel Ja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory.
You can explain how he attacked you?
On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, for my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit? You believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know of no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Zareel Ja somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical army.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections, but what of my home? What's become of it?
How could we say for certain? Without going there. Yeah, we're going to find out. I don't think he really knows what the signs of the Seventh Dawn are. That's an old name.
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Oh!
Huh. Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
Hell yeah, that's me.
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do.
Beat up the bad.
I have to put a stop to Zareel Ja and restore the people's happiness.
Well, more than happiness, but yeah.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city.
Why, you're the head of reason.
As such, I shall remain in Tuliolol. Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
Me too, Krile. Me too.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the dome crew.
All right.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
It's truly heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
All right. Well, Sasuke 999134. After watching a bunch of other YouTubers recommend your stream. Well, welcome. We're doing Final Fantasy 14 Dawntrail MSQ. Level 96 quest today, and some big stuff happened. Massive. Yeah. Let's talk to everybody. Ketenramm, it's embarrassing to think how Zareel Ja caught me unawares, but I have no doubt the bastard came to kill me. I reckon he would have succeeded were it anyone else. Who would have thought him taking that key would lead to all this? Alize, we'll find a way to breach the dome and we'll make sure everyone inside is safe. Please be safe. Another reflection encroaches upon our own, but how and why now? I'm indebted to Ojika for overseeing our operations in my absence. I will endeavor to make myself as useful as I can here. I fear we need to know more if we're to defend against another assault. I struggle to believe I am from another reflection. I wonder, does this mean my soul is thinner than a native of the source? Surely not. Y'shtola would have noticed. Gods, there's so much I don't understand. My head is ripe to burst. This talk of reflection is perplexing, to say the least. I should be glad for your help in understanding and overcoming this crisis. Well, it's kind of complicated. I know what I have to do now. Together as one. I know we're in a hurry to set off, but before we do, I need to address my people. The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered. They need to understand what's happened and how we intend to fix it. So I want to call an assembly at the Winged Walk and assure them that all will be well. But as shaken as they are, I don't know how many will come. It's those who are most distressed that truly need to hear your words. If you like, I shall seek out such souls and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. This is an important step in the city's recovery. Care to join us, Rohi? Alright. While you handle that, Erenville and I will see to provisions for the expedition. Thank you. I'll go ahead and have the Landsguard announce the address. People must first know there's going to be one before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you could see to the Resplendent Corridor in Bayside Bevy, Alize and I will split the rest of the city between us. Alright. Let's talk over... I said the same thing. I have a mind to inform Thancred and Urianger as well, but they may have already left Tural. I wonder where they went. I shall have to examine one of these mechanical soldiers later. Indeed. Alright, so we're going to the Resplendent Quarter again to talk to more citizens. Dumbfounded farmer. If Tuliolo falls to the enemy, what will happen to us? To our homes, our farms, everything we've worked so hard to build? Lives and communities and histories all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Wuk Lamat is planning to address the people, but what's the point? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? Really? The Dawnservants have a plan already? They've lost so much, yet they've prepared to carry on. And standing around worrying about what's to come will change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go here on what they intend to do. Alright. Let's take a look over here. I don't see anyone. Looks like we have to go further below. Well, let's go down the stairs. In case there's someone right there. Still can't believe we were attacked. For a mercy, my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Wuk Lamat is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. Hey. Don't need to persuade them. Please, leave me be. Father's gone. Leave me to mourn. Gulool Ja Ja is slain, and yet Wuk Lamat and Koana still fight for our nation? For us? Very well. If they would speak, the least I can do is listen. Okay, is there anyone out this way? I don't know if we can... Yeah, we don't go this far. Okay. Looks like we're going around in there. Oh, right there. Sparing alpaca herder. It's not safe here. Not anymore. I could try to leave Tural, but where else is there to go? You look like the well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here, but I fear nowhere in Tural is beyond the enemy's reach. What of the lands across the salt? No, I know. Even if I ran, I know I'd regret it in the end. I love Tural. This is my home. And I know the Dawnservants would give their lives to defend her. I will put my faith in them and listen to what they have to say. Right. Well, let's see, we have to... Oh, there's... Composed merchants. Whew, the wares are mostly intact. Glad tidings for my clients. Oh, sorry friend, but I've no time to spare. Wuk Lamat and Koana will soon be given a public address and I have to finish taking inventory before then. Given the circumstances, it must be quite important. You'll want to be there as well. Right? You already know? I need to persuade you. Paranoid resident. Can't leave now. What if those soldiers come back? And what are those strange machines looming overhead? Gods, I have so many questions. We're gonna try and answer them for you. See, it would put my mind at ease to learn something, anything of the threat we face. Alright, then I'll go to the wing walk. Thank you, I feel better already, and likely better still once I hear what the Dawnservants have to say. Resting residence. Phew, cleaning up is tiring work. You've been busy helping as well, I'm guessing. Right now it's tough for everyone, but Tuliolo won't succumb to this. With the new Dawnservants to protect and lead us, we'll get through it together. Alright. And looks like there's probably one or two more. Stockpiling citizen. I need to stock up food and medicine as much as I can, and what else is there? I can't afford to forget anything. Sorry, sir, but I'm busy. Too much to do in too little time. There's no telling when those stone men will return. I have to get out of here, find somewhere safe. Wuk Lamat wants to speak to us? Perhaps she has a plan then. I suppose there's no harm in hearing what she has to say. More... oh, there's another one. Flustered. Whatever it is, I don't have time. I have to finish preparing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back. When those hollow devils come again, I need to be ready. Wuk Lamat and Koana mean well, but they're young and inexperienced. They can barely look after themselves. If we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. Well, do you not want to hear what they have to say at least? They're going to strike back at the enemy, so they're resolved to face this. Maybe it is too early to be thinking of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. Thank you again for spreading word of our address. I fear those who needed assurance most would not have been present otherwise. It seems Krile and Erenville have yet to return, still busy making preparations for our expedition, I presume. Did you not see Alize on your way here? I was just discussing the gate to the Golden City with Ketenramm. He has been patiently answering my few questions. A few questions? More like a bleeding broadside of them. Took me back to me time with Galuf, it did. Sharlayan scholars, I swear. I mean, Y'shtola does that. But for good reasons. Good reasons. It looks like you've brought quite a few people. Thank you. Alize had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her efforts and left again. My apologies for involving you all in Turali affairs. We are simply helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Tural, sharing in the rich cultures of your people, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zareel Ja and his army pose a threat not only to Tural, but to the star as a whole. We will stand with you, to protect what we hold dear. Absolutely. Thank you. I don't expect you've had much, if any, rest. How are you holding up? Fine, thanks to a little encouragement from Rohi. You didn't worry about me either. Whatever weariness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We will restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. As it begins by speaking to the people from our hearts. Right. We need to see to a few things first, but feel free to go ahead to the plaza and wait. Their father raised them well. That he did. Well, it's a lot of people.
Lamachi, are you all right?
Yes, don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawnservant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor, and for a moment we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zareel Ja.
Zareel Ja? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yyasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zareel Ja torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zareel Ja and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan. Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Tural's my home, and I'll do my part for it. Hear, hear, brother.
He really has become Wuk Ja.
That makes two of us. Or was that two of we? Never mind that. What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
Slash rally, let's go.
We fight! We fight! We're Tuliolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather the storm!
You're
He's
here.
right. This is our nation and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliolal!
Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe, and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tuliolal.
You are the beating heart of our nation, each and every one of you. Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tuliolal will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
Alright. Got a plan. Or I guess two plans. She did well. It is inspiring to see such diverse peoples rally as one. The people of Tural have come together for this fight. We must endeavor not to fail them. I'm glad to see so many people came. I wasn't sure how many I had won over, so I decided to keep at it. That was a rousing speech, was it not? Let us do our part to ensure that the Dawnservants can fulfill their promise to the people. Alrighty. Listening to Wuk Lamat and Koana, I was reminded of my time in the First. While the Exarch was no king, I often found myself speaking before the people of the Crystarium in like manner, and through their deeds they answered me. People of Tural too will rise to occasion, this I can tell. I look forward to the day when peace is restored to Tural. There is so much I wish to see. In Yyasulani's shadow. Well, the hour of departure is at hand. Those of us remaining here shall accompany you part of the way. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. We set forth as soon as everyone is ready. I will inform Wuk Lamat that... There you all are! Ah, Namati. We were just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope, it was all the encouragement I could ask for. Right then, let's get going. We leave from the Xak Tural Skygate. I wonder if they're going to bang the drum for us. Because we are going off to war. It would be nice if they added that little detail in to this. Alright. Where are we going? Going all the way there. So let's just teleport. This way. Well, they're all here. Oh. We should have everything we need for the expedition, from food to medicine to gear. It's quite amazing how much you can fit in Erenville's rucksack. The dome appears to lie well beyond Yyasulani. A good thing we have Erenville to guide us. Yyasulani isn't exactly a short distance from Yyasulani. If the train isn't operating, we'll need to consider other means of travel. Good points. Koana and Ketenramm will continue to manage affairs at the palace. Once I've inspected the dome, I will join them to make preparations against further incursions. Oh, you are coming with us. Even from afar, I can sense something isn't right about that dome. Your vision will be very helpful. As Lamati says, let's stay vigilant. Alright, Lamati. Everyone's here? Good. This is it, my friends. We go to strike down Zareel Ja and secure peace for Tuliolol. We'll be passing through Yyasulani, where there have been reports of enemy movement, so stay sharp. Okay. The Landsguard had told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and took to looming overhead. A display of force, like the vessels in Tuliolol. Indeed, and while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. We'll be passing a few settlements on the way to Yyasulani Station. It's the perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Rohi and I know a few locals who can help. Then let's divide into 2 groups. Erenville, Alize, and Rohi will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you go and inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone has finished, let us reconvene at Shaloni Station. You can start with Husatowi. That's where the Dustwatch is based, if I remember correctly. You do. The Sheriff Kimika should be able to tell us a few things. Alrighty. Gonna teleport there. And I'm also going to refill my coffee. So BRB. Okay, I am back. So, let us continue onward. I'm glad they're all hopeful of the situation. I mean, obviously it's extremely dire and shocking, to say the least. So, we'll see what more we have in stock. So this region has its own peacekeeping force. Everything seems in order at a glance. The people of the wilds are brave indeed to remain here with those ships overhead. Oh, it's you two, and I'll be Wuk Lamat as well. You're sheriff of the Dustwatch, yes? That's the situation here in Husatowi? Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet, The ships gave us a shock when they first appeared, but they've just been floating there holding position. That said, I've received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on Shashaniwizi's spring yet. Apparently, mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If this is true, then the people there are in danger. I worry about the other townships as well. If the rest of you could head to the springs, I'll pay a visit to the Meiwahetsun. I'll accompany Erenville. See you in a while. We're already splitting up. Who am I going with? Oh, okay, I'm going to Yyasulani. And where are we going? Oh, the other end. Are they inside? No. Oh, right there, at the gates. Wuk Lamat. And all clear this way. The mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. Alright. Oh. It appears to be run through with a pole arm. Oh! Estinian's here. Well, you know what that means. Stinky boy hath returned. Did I? Oh. It's on the other side? No? On the inside? Oh. Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. I like how Melby's up on the desk. Walika and the others are out investigating, and they've confirmed that Notewika is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back here that the dome appeared. So those who were riding the train there are fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembarked in Yyasulani. What a mess. Just after we finished fixing the tracks. There's Wuk Lamat. Ah, so that's the way of it. Good thing he showed up when he did. Yeah. Let's talk to Ayate. Rohi, you came. As you can see, we're doing alright. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with all of them in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame I never had the chance to ask his name. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for those in Yyasulani. We haven't heard from anyone there. I hope Namika is okay. I think it's Estinian. You heard about the spearman as well? That couldn't be anyone else. What's this? Someone spreading more gossip about me? It's Sekowa. Talk of how I saved the town travels fast. That's not to discount help from my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. Thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? But you were indeed the one keeping the people safe. Thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Gulool Ja Ja is slain? I'm afraid so. Zareel Ja had some dirty trick to get the better of him. We'll make him pay for what he's done, mark my words. Consider them marked. You're going to help her, I assume. What we're here to do. I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength. In which case, I will remain in Yyasulani and keep an eye on things. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Koana. Koana? Brother? Wait a second. You're the Vow of Resolve. I am, and you're Sekowa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely! If more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm the fastest gun in Yyasulani, after all. Rohi can attest to that. As far as I know. Glad to hear it. We leave Yyasulani in your capable hands. Let's get patrolling right away, then. He's like, young blood. Stay safe out there, and don't do anything reckless. Well, you know me. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. Yeah, he knows. Right then, it's time we headed to the station and join the others. Right? Well, we're going northeast. Well, everyone's all here. It seems those soldiers only appeared in the Sheshanewizi Springs. Could they have been after the Cerulean? It seems the people of Yyasulani are safe. What a relief. Miwahetson is still safe, but the animals are unsettled by recent events. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose he's claimed within its borders? Raha and I visited the settlements west of here. Thankfully, there was no damage or casualties to speak of. I heard from Wuk Lamat that Estinian was here. Him to watch over them, the people of Yyasulani will have naught to fear. Thanks to Estinian, there was no casualties to speak of in Yyasulani. Don't forget Sekowa. The Hetsaro were safe as well. At the very least, there was no sightings of the soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It is composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then, how are we supposed to get inside? If Zareel Ja and his army emerged from within it, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where one is. The boys are back in town. These are the engineers of Xak Tural Railing, which operates the train between Yyasulani and Yyasulani. When we went out to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then that we saw it, a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. Telling us part of it is inside and part of it is outside? That seemed to be the case, yes. While we only observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you'd expect, the area was heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. You know what became of the passengers who went to Yyasulani? Wuk Lamat's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here were accounted for. Say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yyasulani. But when that big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's more, a fortress sits right on the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Zareel Ja wants me to prove that I'm Father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tuliolo. By charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day, and in so doing, keep his eyes on me. Bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if we're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through their defenses with a single decisive blow, and we have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load her with all the fuel she'll carry, and send her hurtling at it to explode on impact. Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were the train is in one piece, and now you want to turn it into a bomb? Hell yeah. The train's not important. Our dream was to have railroads running from coast to coast, remember? These invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? Clench his fist. Sacrifice we have to make. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help them. But, Chief... Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train, so have faith and quit your complaining. What if we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment if we don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that? Alright. There's no changing her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. Keep your wife safe, I don't know if they're married or not, but I'm gonna choose that. called her honey. Hun, sugar, I'll hold you to it. Can't start a family business without her, much less a family. Alright. It'd be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. He's a simple man. Alright. Well, at least it'll go down as the legendary train that saved Tural. That it will. But first, we've got work to do, so she'll look the part. Yeah! Well, alright. I don't know how much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. Well, keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. It seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tuliolo and inform Koana of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue. Oh? The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. It's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. Right. To use this train as an explosive is a brazen plan. We'll have but one attempt, so we had best make it count. The ship seems content to remain waiting in the skies, so let us take this opportunity to do what we can and prepare. I hope Namika is safe. Well, we have our plan. Now let's finish this train and blast our way into the dome. Hell yeah. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Walika and the engineers. We can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. We'll make this plan work, see if we don't. Putting plans into Locomotion. Well, I have no objections to the plan itself. I have one concern. How can we be certain Zareel Ja will not strike Tuliolo in retaliation? I considered the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tuliolo, and it'll give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Tuliolo in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Zareel Ja, at least, until Tuliolo has shored up its defenses. Right, we'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us, during which time Koana will find a way to fortify Tuliolo. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Alright, let's equip this thing with armor, explosives, and everything else. Are we going just further in? Yeah. Where to begin? Everyone's hard at work on the train. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Looks like work is getting underway. We'll finish in no time at all. So, what can we do to help? No need to hold back. As I understand it, the two of you met your fair share of craftsmen during the Rite of Succession. Would you happen to know a few who'd be willing to come and help us complete modifications to the train? Horace, what sort of craftsmen do you have in mind? Let's see now. Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the train safe from enemy attacks. Even with you all aboard to fend them off, it'd be over in an instant if they managed to get just one good hit on the Cerulean tanks. According to eyewitnesses, the soldiers use lightning-based weapons, so I have a mind to install grounding rods. Would you happen to know a carpenter who could handle that? We could ask the fellow with a fetish for formalities. Wuk. He's a shipwright. A master carpenter from Okanu, eh? If they'd be willing, we'd be glad to have him. No objections from me, just be sure not to forget their traditional greeting. But we'll need more than just a carpenter if we want this done in a timely fashion. We've got a lot of equipment that needs moving. Heavy equipment. I don't suppose you know anyone up to the task. Perhaps Zermer can help. Zermer. He's a Yaqui. Zermer would be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than the Yaqui, and I'm sure he'd be willing to help. Your friends from the Yaqui? I'll be damned. Will not be for strength with help like that. Next, I'd like to outfit the train with some powerful weaponry of its own. Like as not, the soldiers will be riding their flying vessels. We'll need countermeasures to deal with them. It's true, I for one can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any ideas for ranged weapons we can use? Let's install ballistas on the trains. Big ones. Ballistas, eh? While they'd be powerful, it seems to me it'd take too long to reload between shots. If there was some sort of ballista that could reload quickly, then that might work, but weapons aren't exactly my field of expertise. Perhaps I can be of assistance. Eh? The Crystarium employed aether cannons for its defenses, and I see no reason why the design cannot be adopted for your train. While I did not conceive them myself, I know their design. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requisite materials and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Fawn Shantain can help with. What are the materials we need? The barrel can be fashioned from any metal, so long as it's highly conductive to aether. To power the cannon, we'll require fire aspected crystals of the highest purity. Fire crystals, eh? Might be as the miners over at the springs can help with that. Then if I could leave the crystals as smith in everyone's hands, I shall get started drawing up the schematics. Alright then, I'll secure us the smiths. Alright, so we gotta travel to get some people. In the meantime, could you deal with the materials? Senja is in charge of our supplies, so it might be good to talk to him about it first. Alright. Well, I think we're set for a plan. Thanks for the consultation. Now, let's get this train dressed up and give her the proper farewell she deserves. Hehe, the plan's coming together. To make good speed, I'm going to try and enlist some more help from among our friends back in Xak Tural. I'll leave the materials in your care. I think I saw Senza over to the southeast. Alright. Oh, he's just close by. Isaiah and Krile are here. The same Sid and his engineers aren't here to help. If they were here, I expect they'd turn it into a flying train. True. Senja has given me a list of materials. We'll see it to it that they have everything they need. Right, time to put my knowledge gained in the first to use. That should be enough lumber for the armor. What else do we need? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you? Aether cannons? Interesting. I have an idea where we can get the conductive metal, so I'll take care of it. I'm not sure about the fire crystals, though. Might be best if you spoke directly with a miner. Can I leave that to you? Great. You're friends with Yate, aren't you? One of the best miners around. If anyone can get you the crystals, you're after it's her. Well, alrighty then. That's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Oh, Rohi, what brings you around these parts? The purest fire crystals, you say? I think I heard tell about them before, but what was that about? A hot commodity. Now I remember, Zareel and Analysis. You can find them to the south of town. They actually ingest fire crystals and keep them in their gut, if you can believe it. If you want the purest crystals though, you'll have to go after the oldest, toughest Analysis. Nothing you can't handle, right? I'll show you where you can find some to hunt. Looking forward to seeing why Erenville thinks so highly of you. Right. And we're just going slightly south of town. Here she is. There's quite a lot of fiery wildlife in these parts. We think it's due to the ceruleum, but no one can say for sure. Still, it's not often that you see the bigger dominating sort, and that's what you need. What you'll have to do is hunt down a few of their kind, establish yourself as a threat. That's known to draw out the leader. Alright, leave it to me. That's the spirit. While you're on the hunt, I'll keep the watch nearby to make sure no hapless travelers come stumbling in. Okay, where is this thing? Oh, it's right there. Hidden by a bush. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna attack. No signs of your prey? Alright. Further south we go. Alright, we got our clear fire crystal. A fire crystal of the highest purity, taken from the belly of a beast. Amazing! He dealt with the beast in no time at all. You need the crystals delivered to Senza? I'll see that he gets it. Here you go. These fire crystals are for the train, aren't they? I heard about your plans to enter the dome. I want to thank you for going to such lengths to stop these invaders. And though he'd grumble if he knew I was asking this, please take care of Lin Shipia. Anyway, I'd best be on my way, and you as well. In case you're going to meet her, I saw Wuk Lamat heading for the station. Alrighty. Ooh, there's an aether current up here. Would you look at that? We can also get a view of the land up here. If we can... I don't know if we can get to the top. Oh, almost. There we go. Take care of the crystals, have you? Things proceed apace here too. Senza told me you got the crystals for him. Good work. I've just returned from looking for extra help. We'll see in a moment who answers the call. All will be in readiness for them when they arrive. Damn it. I'm idle for a moment and all I can think about is my home. Keep your chin up, Erenville. We'll be on our way soon, and we'll find your mother. It'll be good to see her after all these years. There's so much I'd like to ask her about her time together with Papa. Oh, she'll talk your ears off. Once my mother starts, there's no stopping her. I wouldn't want it any other way. Right, let's return to helping where we can. The real work begins when the extra hands arrive. Alright. Stay hydrated out there. Drink some water. Thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I wasn't expecting so many of you. Since the attack on Tuliolo, I had been wondering if there was aught I could do to help. So when I heard about the upcoming operation from Koana, I leapt at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored, and then we can all enjoy a nice cup of mezcal. This is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. While I assist with the efforts here, High Luminary Gerferler does the same at the capital. I'm truly grateful. With all of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Let's get to it, my friends! Yes, let's get to it. Alright, everyone, that'll do it. Yeehaw. You've done your part. Leave it to us to finish mounting the armor and cannons, and have yourselves a hard-earned rest. Thank you all again for answering the call. No need for thanks now. Whenever you need help, just give us a holler. Indeed, we must all do our part when our nation is imperiled. You're here. We love Tural. We love you, Wuk Lamat. I promise you all too, your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. Thanks again for all your help. Wouldn't have been able to finish so quickly without you. Go and rest up, friend. We'll be long before the train's ready. Thanks. I suspected this was probably going to be like a dungeon or something. 97. Okay. So we made it. We got to the 97 quests. A lot faster than the 95 quest line. That one had some pretty long cutscenes in it though, so sweet. We got there in just under 3 hours. That's pretty good. Pace is moving pretty quickly now. Yeah, I'll be continuing MSQ stream on Tuesday evening and Wednesday evening. So we'll be going along with that. I'll be catching up my character's levels to 97 then. So I'm almost there with Darknight and Pictomancer, and then I gotta do a full level of Summoner. But things are going pretty good. Obviously some tremendous events happened. And we haven't really had time to kind of, I guess, pack it all in. It seems that the pacing of the quests have been moving a lot faster now. So I wonder if I'll be able to keep up with all 3 classes leveling up. Well, technically all 4, because Summoner levels up Scholar at the same time. But yeah, extremely interesting events have unfolded. Obviously we have the looming threat overhead, a death of a very beloved character. That was... I mean, I had a feeling something along those lines was going to happen. I just didn't think it would have happened in that particular way. Yeah, so quite shocking. But not like overbearing. I think we'll have time to properly grieve Gulool Ja Ja. It is nice to see a lot of the other characters and how they fit into this world, and see them a little bit more. But Gulool Ja Ja, I mean, okay, he was an idiot before. It's not that I didn't dislike his character. I mean, he was put in a light to make you kind of hate him. But, you know, you kind of understood where he was coming from, and he was pushed to absolute desperation. Zareel Ja, on the other hand, frick this guy. we were told from the beginning he is the one to look out for. And even though we were kind of like, yeah, but Mamool Ja's doing some nasty stuff, I mean, Zareel Ja has been ever dark. His mind has been clouded with more than just hate. I don't know what he really wants, other than to dominate the world, but like, why? He keeps saying he wants to dominate it for peace. Well, that's not peace. Like, no. That's no. And you know, it's in the lessons of learning the people of Tural all over the continent. We found time and time again that was not the answer. That was not the answer with the Yaqui. That was not the answer with the Shabrash and Mamool Ja people. And that certainly didn't rung true for anyone else, really. Like, and we've told him he knows about the Garleans and how they failed, and yet that hasn't dissuaded him whatsoever. So there's gotta be something else going on other than just his one motive, because it really seems much darker than that, than just like, I want to rule for peace. Unless he's just using that as a guise, which ultimately I think he does believe in his cause, but there's also something else going on there. Whether it's more Asians, perhaps? We haven't actually had hint of them, other than the fact that we have another gateway into another star, essentially. So we'll see how that all plays out. Ooh, there's an aether current right there, so let's grab that. And I'm not even looking for them. I'm probably gonna, level up and get more of these aether currents as well. I won't unlock flying just yet, because that's going to be MSQ locked, but ooh, I feel a dungeon coming up, level 97, so please look forward to that. Let's see what else. We're also going to be going to a new zone, it looks like. So there are, by the looks of, I think there's going to be 2 more zones that we can unlock, perhaps, perchance, 2 more zones here. I mean, there is 3 zones here, minus Tuliolo. So it makes sense. That's kind of generally how they do it, each expansion. So, yeah, a lot to unpack. As far as the overarching storyline goes, with Krile, I had a very, I had a hunch that she was definitely not from this world, and now it's been confirmed. It is interesting to see how that unfolded at first, and I have a theory at this point that her mother and father are the ones that came out of that gate, or at least her mother for sure. She cried at the end there. That they were defending their world to the last. And that these, the army that fights for Zareel Ja now were the ones that invaded their star. And there's a gateway between theirs and ours? That's, oof. So there's a lot going on there. I wonder if Galuf, like, we're gonna go find out more about him. And maybe if he's actually inside there or not. Because Ketenramm was still alive. And everyone thought he had vanished. He is still breathing well and about. And yeah, I am the Baldessian storyline, I think, is probably my favorite so far. Like, it's traversed many expansions, and we're just like learning more and more. And I think this is getting real, maybe not even tinfoil hat area, but like kind of just deeper thinking of it. I think they've had a lot of this storyline planned out for a very long time, but they just didn't have a way to show it. And now that we have the ability from the last expansion, or last two expansions rather, we had the ability to travel to another star entirely, which is a reflection of our realm. So you can't actually exist in both reflections at the same time, but we found a way somehow. And so our soul is attuned to something very special, which is, you know, why I believe that we are not necessarily Eorzean ourselves, but to be able to travel to other reflections and influence them, and travel to other stars around the you know, everything in this universe is incredible to, you know, to do as a feat alone. So I wonder if they're going to be playing more into that. This is all speculation, of course, just going off of what we do know. I mean, if you go into Eureka, and if you go all the way back into the binding the binding coil of Bahamut raids, you'll notice that Grandpapa has some pretty big reveals there too. And of course, Eureka is, well, I mean, if you haven't done any of that, you should. So let's I don't know, I got a big smile on my face. I'm very hopeful that this storyline is going to lead to some pretty grand things beyond just the whole Zareel Ja and Tural thing. So yeah, and beyond that, let's I guess we'll just end it here. So, you know, just drink some water, stay hydrated, be kind to someone today, even if it's being kind to yourself. You can always use a little bit more kindness in this world. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for everyone who watched this, who popped in the stream today, everyone who's watching this later on YouTube. I appreciate you all very, very much. And I'll catch you next time. Alright. Bye for now.